In last class we had discussed about first property of correlation coefficient, that is correlation coefficient always lies in between +1 and -1. Now whenever it is +1 it is called as perfectly positive correlation, and if it is -1 it is called as perfectly negative correlation. Now let's move on to second property, that is correlation coefficient is independent of the change of origin and scale. So even though we are going to change origin as well as scale of the variable, correlation coefficient is not going to change. Now let us assume that originally we had variables x and y, and now we are transforming them to new variables u and v by changing its scale as well as origin. Now from origin 0, 0 I am changing them to ab and scaling them to some constants hk. The new variable u can be written as x minus a upon h, and v can be written as y minus b upon k, wherein h and k are greater than 0. Now this u and v can be written in terms of x, or x can be written in terms of u and v. So x can be written as a plus u times h, and y can be written as b plus v times k. Now we have to prove that correlation coefficient of x y is equal to correlation coefficient of variable uv. Let me write formulas for correlation coefficient of xy. So correlation of coefficient of xy is given as covariance of xy upon standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. Now covariance of xy is summation of products of deviation upon total number of observation. Standard deviation of variable x is given as square root of summation of squares of deviation upon total number of observation. Similarly, standard deviation of y is summation of squares of deviation upon total number of observations. So what we have to prove is correlation coefficient of variable xy is same as correlation coefficient of variable uv. Now let's start with covariance of xy. So in covariance of xy we want summation of product of deviation. So let's write deviations first. Now here we have x and y, and we need now x bar y bar means. So what I can do is there are total suppose n observations. Now if I am adding all these n observations and dividing them by n, what we will get is mean of the variable x. So assuming that there are total n observation, and after adding them and dividing by n, what we will get is x bar, that is mean of x, and we can write this as a plus h times u bar, because a is a constant. Similarly for y it can be written as b plus k times v bar. Okay, because x and u, x, y and uv are variables. Now we have to write deviations. It is x minus x bar. So suppose this is equation 1 and equation 2. What we are doing is we are subtracting equation 1 by 2. Okay. So x minus x bar can be written as a plus u times h minus a plus h times u bar, this minus this. So after simplification this will be a minus h times u bar. A and a will get cancelled. If I am taking h common, what will be remaining is u minus u bar. So x minus x bar is nothing but h times u minus u bar. Similarly we can write y, this y minus y bar is k times v minus v bar. Okay. So now let's move back to covariance. The covariance of x comma y, that is summation of x minus x bar. So I am replacing this x minus x bar by h times u minus u bar. Similarly, y minus y bar by k times v minus v bar divided by total number of observations. Now, since h and k are constant, we can write it out of the summation. So, we have now hk times summation of u minus u bar into v minus v bar divided by n. This is covariance of x comma y. Now, we need sigma x and sigma y. It is standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. The standard deviation of x is root of squares of deviations of variable x, that is summation of x minus x bar whole square. So, I am replacing this by this. So, it will be h square u minus u bar whole square upon n square root of this. Similarly, for y, it is going to be summation of k square v minus v bar whole square upon total number of observations. Okay. Now, let's substitute it back in correlation coefficient of xy. So, correlation coefficient of xy is covariance of xy. So, I am replacing covariance of xy by this. So, it is hk times summation of u minus u bar v minus v bar upon n divided by sigma x into sigma y. Now, this h is a constant. So, I am taking it out. Similarly, k is also constant. So, remaining is u minus u bar whole square upon n. If I am taking k out, remaining will be summation of v minus v bar whole square upon n. It is deviations of variable v. Again, this hk u minus u bar v minus v bar upon n, and again here we have h times k summation of u minus u bar whole square upon n and summation of v minus v bar whole square upon n. So, this will get cancelled. Now, this is nothing but covariance of u comma v and this is standard deviation of u and standard deviation of v. Now, by formula of correlation coefficient, we can write this as correlation of uv. So, what we got is correlation coefficient of xy is equal to correlation coefficient of uv. So, even after changing its origin and scale, correlation coefficient is not going to change. It is independent of change of scale as well as change of origin.